What's up? Welcome back to episode 5 of Neighborhood Tours. I know we haven't filmed one of these in about 3 weeks, but I'm happy to be back. It's warm, it's sunny in New York City, and we're about to be coming to you back to back with all of these new episodes, new restaurants to check out. And today we're in the Lower East Side, one of Manhattan's trendiest neighborhoods, and we're gonna check out one of my favorite vegan restaurants. And I confess, I've only been here once, but it had such an impression on me that I had to call it one of my favorite vegan restaurants. So strap in, get your napkins, get ready to drool, let's go. The Lower East Side, sometimes abbreviated as LES and sometimes referred to as Losaida, which is a Latino pronunciation of the Lower East Side. It's a neighborhood in the southeastern part of New York City, borough of Manhattan, roughly between the Bowery and East River, from Canal to Houston Streets. Traditionally an immigrant working-class neighborhood, it began rapid gentrification in the mid-2000s, prompting the National Trust for Historic Preservation to place the neighborhood on their list of America's most endangered places. The Lower East Side is roughly bounded by the Bowery to the west, East Houston Street to the north, the FDR Drive and East River to the east, and Canal Street to the south. Historically, the Lower East Side referred to the area alongside the East River from about the Manhattan Bridge and Canal Street up to 14th Street, and roughly bounded on the west by Broadway. It included areas known today as East Village, Alphabet City, Chinatown, Bowery, Little Italy, Nolita. Parts of the East Village are still known as Losaida, or Lower East Side today. So in the 19th and 20th centuries, a lot of immigrants came over from Europe and settled here in tenements in the Lower East Side. We were talking from Italians to Eastern European Jews, Romanians, Greek, Hungarians, you name it, they all came here and settled in the Lower East Side neighborhood of New York. The Jewish neighborhood, which totaled about 400,000 people, became the bulk of the neighborhood here in the Lower East Side, from pushcart vendors here on Orchard Street and on Grant Street, and dominated kind of the neighborhood. So after World War II, the Lower East Side became New York City's first virtually integrated neighborhood with the influx of African Americans and Puerto Ricans. Neighborhoods that were predominantly Spanish speaking was called Losaida, which is Spanish for the Lower East Side, which you learned earlier in my brief history of the Lower East Side. By the 1960s, a lot of the Jewish and Eastern European influence left the neighborhood, and those that were left coalesced into different pockets within the neighborhood itself, such as Little Italy. And later on in the 1960s, poverty and crime kind of took to the Lower East Side, which kind of made it less than undesirable for those that were there. So for the next 30 years or so, crime, poverty, abandoned housing all became synonymous with the Lower East Side. This is not where you want it to be. But by the early 2000s, the gentrification that was happening in the East Village finally caught up with the Lower East Side proper, and then this became Manhattan's trendiest neighborhood with new developments popping up all over the place. You might recall a big, ugly, bulky blue pixelated building, a condo building on the Lower East Side, which is probably one of the first of many condos to go up. You have one Manhattan Square, which is one up. You have SS Market, which is now new. So this neighborhood definitely has seen a surge from what it was in the 1960s. So I would say the vibe of the Lower East Side is a mix of that grit of yesterday and the gentrification that you see happening in the neighborhood with the new condo buildings popping up around and the new boutique shops that you see across Orchard Street and everything. It's a mix of that still. It's definitely popular for a lot of contemporary art galleries that have opened up around here. It's really popular for the late night attraction or late night crowd that is here. Before COVID-19, between Orchard and Ludlow streets were packed at night. People drinking, going bar hopping, going clubbing. So that was definitely the vibe. If you wanted to hang out, you came to the Lower East Side. It's also good for live music venues such as the Bowery Ballroom and the Mercury Lounge, which are great spots. If you haven't been, you should check them out. And a lot of bars have, open mics where you can go and perform if you're a musician and artist. So that's kind of the vibe that you get right here in the Lower East Side. So if you're definitely thinking about moving to a neighborhood in Manhattan, I would recommend the Lower East Side. All right, so I got you on the vibe. You're digging the nightlife here on the Lower East Side, and instead of commuting down here to go at night, you want to be right here in the mix. So what can you get for rent for a one-bedroom apartment? So right now there's 148 one-bedroom apartments in the market on the Lower East Side, ranging from $16.25 for a crappy one-bedroom apartment that you're just renting because the neighborhood is the amenity, or from $4,250 a month or higher for a fully amenitized building. I'm talking gym, 24-hour doorman, pool, basketball court, etc. if you need all those gems. But now if you don't want to throw away that much money in rent, because who does, you can also buy a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment in this building right here behind me, 1 Manhattan Square, for as low as $1.8 million. And it has a 25-year tax abatement, which means you can pay pretty much no taxes for the next 25 years, which saves you a lot of money in the long run. So rent, buy, you decide. Either way, come to me. All right, so now we're at the best part of the video that everyone's waiting for. What restaurant am I going today? So today I'm going to Orchard Grocer, which is a vegan restaurant slash grocery store. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna order some food so you guys can see what my favorite item on the menu is. And then I'm gonna show you some vegan items that they sell as groceries in there. So in case you're moved to the neighborhood and you're looking for a vegan restaurant slash grocery store, you got 2-in-1 right here at Orchard Grocer. Let's go. Oh. Hello. What's going on? I'm doing well. 2 questions. Yeah. One, I'm gonna order something here, but if I wanted to like buy some items, I can come into the store?
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you like to order?
Do you guys have the, what is it called? The croissant sandwich?
The miles?
Yeah, the miles.
Yeah.
Sure. I've only had it once, and that was like in December.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's been a while since I've been here,
Yeah.
actually.
So 1 mile?
Yeah, 1 miles. And what do you guys have something cool, refreshing to drink?
Oh yeah, you can come in and
Okay.
What's the name for the order?
Darryl.
Okay, Darryl, yeah, come on in.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. Inside Orchard Grocer, I'm gonna show you some of the items that they offer here. I can't film any of the people, so we're gonna try to obey the rules by just filming myself. So you have a lot of great items that you see right here. Crackers. I guess this is tomato sauce. Whatever you call. But there's so much vegan items: jams, cereals, lots of sauces. Trini chickpea curry. That actually sounds really good. Let's go over to the frozen items and see what they offer. Classic Beyond Burger plant-based patties, which are super expensive for 2 patties, but they're really good. Right here. Then you have the ground beef one, which you can make your own patties if you don't want to spend money for already formed patties, which is pretty awesome. Then you have spinach ravioli. Alpha Foods, I've never tried them, but I heard they're pretty good as well. So I should probably buy something from here today. Maybe, we'll see. We'll check it out. These spicy nuggets, my wife and I, we've tried this several times. She really likes it. I think they're a bit dry, but that's just my opinion. They need a lot of sauce. I'm waiting for my order. I've just a quick grocery shopping. They got some vegan mac and cheese, Annie's. I've never tried this brand. This is like vegan steak. It's from a company called the Herbivore Butchers. So it's meat-free meats. Look at that. That's like awesome. You see that? I'm gonna try this for dinner tonight. I don't know what I'm gonna make it with. And then I tried this raw juice probiotic drink. It's called Mermaid Lemonade. Has blue spirulina, peach blossom, lemon, aloe vera, coconut nectar, and vegan probiotic. I'm not sure what that necessarily means, but I know it's good for me. And this is probably gonna be a lot of money that I'm about to spend. So those 3 items that I just paid for was $40 for 3 items. For a drink, vegan mac and cheese, and what I think is vegan steak was 40 bucks. Living in the city is expensive. Being a vegan is even more expensive. So anyways, let's try this drink out and see. It's very blue, but there's no food coloring in it, so that's good. But oh, actually that's actually pretty good. This is really good. It's actually not that sweet as I thought. It's very lemony. It's lemonade without the 12 spoons of sugar in it, and it has probiotics, so shout out to Raw Juicery. They got it right. It's very tart though. The lemon makes its presence known. But it has, look, 1 billion CFU probiotics at time of bottling. I have no idea. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds like it's good for you. 1 billion is a big number. What else? No preservatives, no additives, cold press, no concentrates. I'm not sure what the difference between no press and concentrates is, but is concentrate bad for you? See, these are things I'm still learning as a vegan 21 years later. And 1% of every bottle sold is donated to clean and prevent marine plastic pollution. Being a vegan will help the environment. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
What is the difference between black and white rice?
So black rice is actually black. It's not colored or dyed black to be black rice. Just like brown rice is naturally brown. White rice, on the other hand, doesn't exist. They have to put it to a bleaching process, but I don't think actual bleach. But whatever it essentially does, it removes the wheat germ, and what you have less is the rice grain, which now just ends up being white. So you strip most of the nutrients from it, so it has no fiber or very little fiber, and it cooks a lot faster, and it's much softer and mushier for sushi. So that's why it's probably better for that. But it's not naturally occurring white, unless there's some naturally occurring white rice I don't know about. If there is, you can leave that below in the comment. Yeah, food for thought. All right, so this is the Miles. This is what made me fall in love with Orchard Grocer. It's a vegan croissant, and then you have vegan follow your heart cheese, I believe it is, and then you have just egg omelet made and slapped on here with some veganese and very light garnish. It is super hot right now, but this sandwich is so good. If I had some sriracha, I would just drizzle something on the top, and it's just like, because spice makes everything so much better. Like, why wouldn't you? And just look at it. Oh, and I forgot. Yeah, there's also right here you have deli slice, vegan deli slice. So it's very light, it's very flaky, and it's just so. That hits the spot. Look at that. It's so hot. Oh, booming. Right. If you are not vegan, you'll still love this because it just has all the grease and the crunch and the flakiness of a real croissant egg sandwich. And this is the Miles, and this is Orchard Grocer, and shout out to them because I love this sandwich. It is so good. Oh my gosh. So, if you haven't already, whew, this is hot. Please take a moment to like, subscribe. If you want to see more content like this, more great vegan restaurants in New York City, I really appreciate it. Now I'm going to sit down and finish this sandwich. I'm out, and I'll see you in the next video.